Music, music became my best friend as a kid. It showed me an identity into how I wanted to express myself and who I wanted to hang out with. I know for me and for others that I could see it was a way to express what you didn't understand. It sort of made me realize when they started cutting a lot of these programs that this is a way for kids to communicate. Not only express themselves, but find more of an identity in who they are. It's extremely important.
So I had the pleasure of running MusiCounts for 3 years, and one of the first people I met with was Kevin Drew. He was considering starting his own charity to help kids, and then found out about us and said, well, why do all that work? I can come and work with MusiCounts.
I wanted to look into creating a program for sort of community centers in places where you could go after school that had to do with music, had to do with the teaching of music or the teaching of instruments.
At the same time, we were obviously doing our Band-Aid program, didn't have additional funds to create a new program until about a year later. And we had a call from TD Bank Group, but they didn't want to fund provincial education. They came to us and said, you know, what other ideas do you have? And literally was that sort of moment where I was like, the Kevin Drew conversation.
A year later, he had not forgotten this aspect of what I wanted to do within the community centers. He was giving me credit for an idea that I had and told others this was Kevin Drew's idea. Now, I'm a musician, so getting credit for an idea doesn't happen often.
He got involved with adjudication. He did the first celebration at one of the community centers here in Toronto. He brought his friends. He got so engaged in what we were doing at MusiCounts. And now here we are a decade later, and we have given out over $3.9 million to community centers all across Canada. And that wouldn't have happened if Kevin hadn't come in and just seeded that idea. He's an incredible human being.
The opportunity that the grant has presented us has been so impactful, especially having more of the instruments to be able to say, okay, we're gonna put multiple students on different instruments so they get the experience to learn different elements of the music. Because before it was just the djembe. Now we have the dunduns. Now we're bringing in balafons. Now we're bringing in instruments from other parts of the diaspora so that their musical portfolio can be as diverse as anyone else's.
When Christy Fletcher and I called Kevin to say he was going to be receiving the MIMA Award, he was really reluctant. He was like, I don't do the work, don't shine the spotlight on me. And that's just not the truth. This idea never would have happened for the community music program without him. He was the one who planted that seed. And here we are, $4 million later, given out all across this country. That's why it's so important. It's not just about, doing that work, it's about inspiring people. And inspiring people in this room tonight to get involved with charities and do that work.
This is more a call to the idea of MusiCounts and keeping MusiCounts going and keeping this program going. You have something you want to go and do that's going to help others in the community, go and do it. It takes time, it takes effort, but when you align yourself with great people, AKA MusiCounts, you will get results.